Well, we're all back here again. How of you doing? What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Hold on a second. Let me tap the mic here a bit. You gotta dust it off. Never know what kind of filth got on it last time I was streaming. Hopefully none of you were in headphones. It's alright if you were. I wasn't screaming into it after all. But hope you've all been well. Given no warning notification for this for what, a live stream? I literally like an hour ago I set up the live stream as an announcement, and it's scheduled an hour ago and it just started. But you know what? YouTube doesn't always send them out, so blame them, not me. Hey, what's up, Pariah? How you doing? Mr. Max, salutations. Evening Crow guy. What's up, How you doing? So many people already back. Man, I gotta get my game here. Wasn't even ready for any jokes. Hope all of you have been well, though. Looks like a lot of you want some more Silent Hill. I'm about to do like Silent Hill Shattered Memories after this. Keep the numbers going. I give, chat. I give so much. It's all for you. And then hopefully you give me back by boosting me in that algorithm. Yesterday it didn't send notification. You cannot trust YouTube to ever send you notifications. That's something that I've learned. Doesn't matter what you've done. Subscribe, ring the bell, jack it off, whatever you gotta do, it won't work. It won't matter. It will decide if you think you need one. We don't see your face? Well, hey, I can fix that very easily. But you just got. I start off with a just chat. I mean that screen. So I got some branding I gotta show off. All right. Then I pop this in, so you can see my clean shaven. Well, not exactly clean shaven face. I got some stubble. I know you can't see it, but it's there. There's some prickles there. Been there. It sucks having power now is such an integral part of our lives. I couldn't go back to a time without it. Literally. Told Lucky this, they made us go to a room and told us the rules and told us not to wave at the camera at the Game Awards. I mean, that's understandable. Would you like mini... Every start of every stream, there's always that one bot. It's like, would you like to become popular? Grow a full beard, you coward. What if I genetically can't? Am I still a coward because I don't have the genes for it? How about just go tell a bald guy, just grow some hair on the top of your head, bro. It's that easy. I do it without even thinking. That's how indifferent you are right now. Plus, I've mentioned before, I don't need one. I got a jawline. You don't need to have all of it. I can save the facial hair for the chinless men. Got to Kick has an auto mod. Technically, I've got like the Kick bot does do some modding behaviors, but we need to get rid of somehow these bots that try to sell viewers at times. Black suits you. We like Darty Goth. Well, I'm just wearing a black, Discord hoodie, but people have said this before, the black looks good on me. That's why I usually go with blues and blacks. I don't know why. I guess it makes my skin pop. Who knows? Or I am just destined to be goth, and I should be wearing fishnets. You think I'd look good in fishnets, chat? I think I'd look good in fishnets. First time I've ever seen you in a hoodie for the first time. I think I've worn this hoodie on stream before. I actually have two of this very same hoodie because I got Discord sent me two of them years and years ago. This is the better one though. It has a metal zipper. I got to put them on. Let you see. I will endeavor to get some fishnets then. What are fishnets? Alt clothing. They're not exactly good at keeping you warm. But at certain situations they can look good. Need the complete look with black eyeliner and lipstick. I will one day start a stream decked out in actual goth attire and makeup. One day. Why'd they send you the hoodie? When you become a Discord partner, something you can't do anymore, they would send you a free hoodie. So I got my first hoodie from becoming a Discord partner, and the second hoodie I got when I did an advertisement for them. Like the one and only sponsorship I ever took was for Discord, and they sent me a second one, along with $2,000. Is it a jacket or a shirt? It's a hoodie, so it's a zip-up sweater, basically. When's the Fahrenheit edit and re-upload? I've already re-uploaded it to just the original video to my Patreon as a free video. You can watch it there for free. You don't need to be a member. You just go to my Patreon and boom, it'll be there if you scroll down. I don't really know what to edit in the re-upload. I mean, I might need to. I'll probably re-record all the lines in it, uh, and then I guess put it together at some point. It's mainly about finding time, but I'll try to hopefully do that in the next coming months. Right now, I'm working on a quick and easy Call of Duty video for as a freebie before I move on to Expedition 33. Zip up or pullover hoodies. I like zip ups. Now you know what a fishnet is? Yep, there you go. How was the doctor? Zibikai, did you go to the doctor? Hope you're alright, man. Let me actually get this going a bit so I can see everything. Alright. Good. Sorry, I'm just fixing my chats. Need to be able to read all of you properly. You had 3 shots. Sounds like an allergic thing or something. Also need to send a Discord announcement. Apparently I already did that. Is there a specific reason you have never seen Tales of games? I've never played any of them. I don't really know anything about them. Um, I don't have any other reason, but other than that, I've just never played any. I guess I've just never been interested in it, so I don't have anything against it. I just, it never struck me, I guess. Like, I know of them, just never really like, yeah, I gotta play that. So hopefully you don't think less of me because I haven't played that RPG. Also, Dr. Baby just gifted a sub to Clim Hazard. Thank you, Dr. Baby. How you doing, man? Don't try to, you'd be sitting for hours. I mean, you might as well ask me, why have I not sent a Dragon Quest game? Like, I've never played any. There's plenty of JRPGs out there I've never played. And yeah, some of them are very long. Like, doing the Final Fantasy games is already like a trial enough from how long those are. How much for you to review a hentai game? They have a surprising amount of plot. Well, I won't be able to like put that on any platform you normally watch, or at least with your family. That being said, I am sort of interested in playing one of those like bleak... Oh, damn, hold on a second. Nasaya, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. Anyone gets himself the gift sub from Nasaya, please send him your love. He's being a very generous soul over there, making sure everybody can use those emotes. I am kind of interested in playing Lona RPG, which is not exactly a hentai game, but it's definitely like a game with a lot of, let's say, dark subject matter. Kind of like one of those fear and loathing RPGs, where it's like, this gets a little bit too real. But I wouldn't be able to stream that either, just because it gets too real. Still remember you splitting Final Fantasy 13 into 2 or 3 parts. Nowadays, I would not do that. I'd leave it all as one video. But back then, I was like, it was just, I thought that's what I needed to do. I would just have that as one now. Want to see a real horror experience? Watch episode of 6 of Gushing Over Magical Girls. Gushing Over Magical. Is that Madoka thing? I think I've heard of that. There's like a girl who gets her head bit off or something. Will you ever send Persona 5? You have Send Catherine, which is an Atlas game. Trust me, I get, every week I get like a request for sending Persona 5. I have Persona 5, or a send video for Persona 5 set as a stretch goal on my Patreon. If I reach 500 paying members on my Patreon, I will send Persona 5. Currently, we're like at 300 and... we kind of hover between 345 to 370, depending on, the month and time of it. So we're not too far off. So hopefully next year I can reach the goal, and then I'll send it for you, everybody. He will never send Persona 5. I've given people the tools to make it happen, all right? I'm just like reluctant to, because I know that's like over 100 hours of cutscenes. That's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. You're gonna start Silent Hill 2 Director's Cut this weekend, huh? Wait, is that the one that came out on PS3? Like the OG game that got re-released by Konami? I've always heard that's very, very bad. And you might want to avoid it. Don't show the gameplay and let us look at your beauty. So you want me to like play the game but never show it on screen? Just my reaction to it. I gotta admit, that's a mad dog like level of insanity I never considered. Probably this is your normal voice. I generally thought you had to act your voice. Nope, there's no acting. I just sound like this. You're not the first person to think that though. A lot of people thought I'm like a heavily edited voice, or I synthesize it or something, or I'm even an AI. Nope, this is just me. I have a very uh even range. It doesn't like peak and valley or dip and skyrocket like other people's voices do. I stay right there like a flatline pulse, which I guess is the best way of describing it. How is this game so far? Honestly, I'm liking this game. Definitely, it's not like great. It's basically like, hey, what if we just made another one of those Silent Hill games like Silent Hill 1, but with slightly better technology? And that's what it is. It's not trying to be anything other than that. They were playing it safe, which is fine, because when they tried to get too creative and later on, they fucked it up. Pirate Software does that. He's faking it though. Or at least I've heard that guy is a bit of a weirdo. This is just my natural voice though. No acting. You never encourage baby making? How Catholic of you. But let's see. Whatever happened to NFTs? Uh, I mean, they're still there. It's just that everyone kind of got wise that they're a scam, and I guess no one's paying a lot of money for them these days. They're just waiting for the market to rebound, I suppose. Hey, musical, what's up, dude? How you been? Catholics famously encourage baby making. I know that was the ironic statement I was making. Saying the opposite of what you expect. Fuck NFTs, yeah, fuck NFTs. How about you show the game, but it's swapped with your face cam, you take up a majority of the screen, and in the corner is the actual game. I actually sort of did something like that. Well, no, I didn't really do that, but I did once when people were begging me for a face cam and I wasn't using it. I put the tiniest little face cam, like only a few pixels wide in the center of the screen, and flipped it upside down. And that way I could say, look, face cam, everybody. That was years and years ago, though. Steam Winter Sale, baby. I mean, I've already got all the games I kind of want, though. I don't know what it's left for me to buy. You got this, Dart. I appreciate it. I think I do too. Maybe I can finish the game tonight. I don't know. People were saying it's very short. Let's see. I swear I need a fidget spinner because I'm just using my cup holder and spinning it around my hands. This is the time of year that I actually buy all the games I want. Fortunately, I don't have that. I have to buy them when they come out. Say you're dishwater blonde. It just makes me worry about your dishwater. Like, it just is what it is. If I go out in the sunlight, trust me, this turns much blonder. That being said, I'm not like a full blonde. I'm just like a dirty blonde. Dishwater, dirty, whatever the name is you want to use. I'm not as smart as Dart, and I had fun with Silent Hill. I mean, hey, don't bash yourself. You're probably plenty smart. You might even be. Here's the thing: you're probably smarter than me at plenty of things that I have no knowledge of, which is how it works. Everyone's smarter than someone else at some particular topic. Like, I'm willing to wager I know more about video games than Albert Einstein or Nikola Tesla. There you go. Means more for when people had to hand wash. Yeah, not so much the dishwasher in your house, which you never even see the dirty water off because it's inside like a sealed up inside of a tank. Question for everyone: you wake up as your favorite food. What are you? I am a pizza, good sir. I'm a tasty pizza. And I ain't gonna last long. Do you sparkle in the sunlight? No, but I did have a gay guy once compare me to Edward when he was hitting on me. I didn't know if I should be flattered. I guess I should have been flattered. I was just like kind of like I stared blank face as like, oh, that's cool. Because at the time I didn't know who Edward was. I didn't know about Twilight. But apparently I reminded him of that. Hold on a second. I got all my Christmas shopping done today, Chad. It's all done. Got all the presents out of the way. Now I can focus on the real thing of like getting through Christmas. And also the food. Gotta get the food left. I know about most countries than other people. I mean, hey, not a bad skill. I'd ask, why do I look like I guy? There's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles who live pizza. Then there's Dart. Yeah, but they're just marketing pizza. I don't think they actually love it. I mean, if they love pizza, they wouldn't be eating it in a dirty ass sewer. I like pizza. I wouldn't eat it down there. Robert Pattinson is a fan of Final Fantasy VII. I think I've seen that actually before. Yeah, he's an Aerith main. I remember him talking about that once. But they get a lot of people are Final Fantasy fans, more so than you'd think. Maybe if we ever get the Final Fantasy VII live action movie, Robert Pattinson will play Cloud. He could almost actually, you know what? He wouldn't be bad casting for that. What do you think, Chad? Robert Pattinson for Cloud? Or maybe he'd be Rufus. He could be Rufus too. Turtles love the sewer. I'm pretty sure they don't, actually. I don't think turtles love the sewer. Turtles love, ponds, lakes, and highways. That's where I normally find them. Don't think you'll find them in the sewer too much. And I don't think they'd survive long there. Does Serious Sam have a genuine story of the video game? I've never played Serious Sam, so I have no idea. I think it's just like a boomer shooter kind of game where it's like aliens invading, you are a hyper masculine tough man, go kill them all. Isn't Pattinson a little old to be Cloud now? Not necessarily. Depends on what age you decide in the theatrical version of a Final Fantasy VII movie what Cloud's age would be. Like I said, if you don't want him to play that, he could be something else. Ben Starr and Neil Newburn love FF8 the most. All they've got on record for that. Sounds like Resistance Fall Man. I never played those games. How are they, Resistance games? I remember seeing those when they were coming out, and it was like, looks a little basic. What are we talking about? Various random things. What kind of food we would turn into? If Robert Pattinson would be cast in Final Fantasy VII, amongst topics. Why go real? Why not an animated trilogy of the story? Because we've already had an animated Final Fantasy VII movie. It wasn't very good. Isn't Cloud like 20 or something? You could always make him older. It's not set in stone. It works. The story still works regardless of what his age is. Do you recommend you to play the OG FF7? If you can play older RPGs and like them, sure. It's definitely going to be a little crunchy, crunchy, janky. And it's not really janky. It's just crunkly. It's a crunkly experience now, all these years later. You're going to like wonder why you have to press the select button to like show you where the entrances and exits of the screen are at, because you can't always find them. There's some like weird moments where you got to do something specific on the map and you don't know what it is. And you can easily miss it and be walking around for a while. Why would Square Enix waste millions on a 3-part remake project for years only to attempt to outshine it with a damn movie, which would absolutely cost way more? Actually, I'm pretty sure a movie would cost way less than the games currently cost them to make. AAA development games, especially for big ones like that, cost a fuck ton. But the answer would be, if they thought it would make them money, they definitely would. But I think they're also kind of scared off of doing more Final Fantasy movies. Do you prefer the new or old Final Fantasy VII? See, I feel like I don't really need to have a preference for either one. I can like them for different reasons on different levels. Rather than say I went this one over the other one. On one hand, I do like the old one. That was my very first RPG and what got me into RPGs. I never played them before and never even had an interest in RPGs until I played FF7. So it's always gonna have that special place for me, nostalgically speaking. That being said, I do like the way FF7 the remakes play. They play very good. The casting is really well done. The writing's even pretty solid. And the music is like god tier. There's some changes to the plot and characters, but so far nothing too much that is like, rub me the wrong way. Mainly the worst thing about the remake is that, it's a little bloated, a little longer than it needs to be, but that's the nature of games these days. So no, I'm willing to let both of them stand equally. FF16 is fire. I liked FF16, but it's hard for me to think of it as a Final Fantasy game. It's like that should have been a spin-off game, I feel, not a Final Fantasy 16. Do you find Cloud or Zack the main character? Cloud is the main character of Final Fantasy 7. Zack is just like, I mean, if you play the original game, Zack isn't even in it except for like one scene toward the end. And maybe you hear his flashback voice every once in a while. Like he is just there as like a pawn device. It's only in like recent years after the game came out they tried to give him a character and make him into something more. And even in the remake, he's not the main character whatsoever. E3 used AI at some point, and this is straight from the producers. E3 Expedition 33. Yeah, of course they did. It's more than likely they used it for character, for like concept art, if I had to guess, or maybe some texture art. In the overall story, do you find? But okay, did you play the FF7 Dirge of Cerberus, the one that Vincent? No, I never played that game. I've always heard it's garbage. The closest I've got to come to playing it is the FF7 Remake DLC, which has some of the characters in it. Sephiroth is way better in the original. Sephiroth actually appears very seldomly in the original. He has like, you don't see him at all in Midgar. You just hear rumors of him and then see the aftermath of his appearance. And then he shows up like, I think 2, maybe 3 times total for the rest of the game until you go fight him at the end. So he does make an entrant, moment when he does show up. Well, I guess there is the entire flashback where he's, in that. That's the most you get from him. Yeah. If you like mystery, there's definitely more mystery to him in the original version of the game, because you do not get much of him. Whereas in the remake, he is aura farming a lot. Like I'm just here to aura farm, Cloud. Why do people like Sephiroth so much? Big sword, aura farms, is cool guy, hot guy for girls to like, hot guy for guys to like, hot guy for Cloud to like. Uh, Kills off an actual heroine of an RPG. Doesn't happen too often. Has a really kick-ass theme song at a time when that was still very new for video games. FF16 had the dumbest villain. It's not just the game's god, it's the god, and he just has a superiority complex. The power of humanity proved greater. Thanks to the power of Twink Brother. I mean, that's just anime as fuck, if you ask me. That's like all anime. Like almost every anime ends with like some kind of god being defeated by the power of friendship. Use Pantene Pro for his longer hair. Big cock. Does Sephiroth have a big cock? Probably does. What made Sephiroth work in the original more? There was a menacing presence. I feel like Square makes him yap too much in the later media. I can agree with that. Some of his lines are pretty cringy at times when he yaps too much. Like, he has a little bit more of the 7 Advent Children Sephiroth than he is the original game Sephiroth. Loves his mother. Sephiroth has Sephiroth has length, Cloud has girth. I'd say Cloud has length and girth too. That ain't exactly short. Waiting Cloud is all. I'm waiting Cloud multiple times. FF7, which is your favorite waifu? Do I? Not neither. I don't have a favorite waifu. All the characters are pretty good. I ain't getting into these shipping wars. You won't drag me in. I refuse. Ain't happening. I know how that rabbit hole looks. It's scary. You're literally engaged to Aerith. That I am. But I was asked specifically my waifu in a video game. I'll let you guys decide which one is your waifu. Everyone knows that men that wear dresses have the biggest cocks. Well, he's just really wearing a cape, not so much a dress. Hmm. Have you if, I noticed something about YouTube today. If you guys use ad blockers, have you been noticing that YouTube is throwing up that like you're using an ad blocker thing again? I think they're starting to detect it once more. Curious if anyone else has been getting that. Like you got 3 tries to like stop using your ad blocker where they stop you from watching the videos. You're a Tifa girl, so you went for like Final Fantasy Classic, huh? Aerith in the remake trilogy has you weak. She definitely picked up probably more fans with the remake. Gotta wait for the ad blocker to adjust to the new code again if it updates. Eventually, I feel we're gonna reach an end state where there is no more pathways you can block the ads. Part of me is like, yeah, that'll be good for me because I actually work on this website. Then I'm like, man, just wonder if that what the fuck's when's it? This ad war between YouTube and ad blockers is still killing me. Like it's still killing me. Okay, I accept your apology for what the Final Fantasy discussion. Don't think games that have you killing the gods, they never theorize consequences. The original God of War trilogy has literally about a guy not caring about his vengeance crumbling the world around you. I think the Final Fantasy games and anime get away with that in that the god you kill is always corrupt and evil in some way and isn't really doing anyone any good. So getting rid of them is usually a good idea. Will you be picking up Soros? Is that the horror game coming from the Amnesia developers? I think that's what it was called, right? Probably. Have you played Chrono Trigger? I played Chrono Cross. I think I very briefly played Chrono Trigger back on the PlayStation 1, but I never finished it or got more than like a few hours into it. Chrono Trigger, however, I do like, even though it's a confusing mess of a game. But the RPG, Why You Always Kill Gods by Moon Channel. It's linked to how East Asian views their religions and other topics. I always kind of wondered that myself. Is that just because, because usually in like Western games, well, no, I guess some Western games have you killing a lot of gods too. PS1 version is the worst, play the OG. How is the PS1 version of Chrono Trigger the worst version? I mean, it is just a 2D pixel art game. I can't imagine that they fucked it up that bad. House Marquee Returnal Spiritual. Oh, I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to it. I never played Returnal either. Turns out FF characters just needed the power of friendship. Well, yeah, that's what we've always known that. Friendship and determination. Oh no, not the magic. Magic is a shit system in any game. You know what? There's a few ones that have a good one. FF6 is the only Final Fantasy I can think of that has the consequences from killing God. All magic disappears afterwards. True, it also has a consequence of creating a god when Kefka destroys the world. Will you stream and send GTA 5 before 6 comes out? I've already streamed and recorded all my footage for Grand Theft Auto 5, so I don't need to play through it again. My plan is to release a video on GTA 5 before GTA 6 releases, though. As well as possibly Red Dead Redemption 1. Which games do you recommend me to play? The Witcher 2 and 3 or Metro series? I would say play Witcher 2 and 3 over Metro. Metro is fine, but it's not, you're not going to get as much depth there. Let's see. More a kick at their history than anything else. Loading times and accessing menus is what makes it the worst. Never played the PC version, so can't comment on that. For some reason, I don't recall that. But then again, like I said, I didn't play it very much. What is Esper? Basically, psychic magic person. Depends on what kind of game it's in, or the medium. So let me get this thing going. But, ugh. Hold on a second, chat. My eyes are itchy. Have you played FF6? I played most of FF6, but I never actually finished it. I think I got all the way up to the world, the beginning of the World of Ruin, which is the final act of the game, and then I stopped there for some reason. FFX stream, I mean, maybe one day. I've kind of always considered it, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon, though. I'd probably want to play through FF8 or 9 again before I play through 6. Just because I might want to do classic sins on all those at some point. Why am I so sleepy all of a sudden? Why do you kill gods in JRPGs? I think I've seen that video before. It's just been years. Or a video like it at the very least. Didn't you already play and record FF8 and FF9? I streamed FF8 and FF9. I did not record either one because I hadn't at the time thought about doing classic sins for like a Patreon that came afterward. So yes, I kind of regret not having recorded those at the time. World of Ruin is the halfway point of... No, it is not. It's like, there's literally like... It depends. If you try to do all the bonus stuff, or like all the optional stuff in World of Ruin, it does take a bit. But you can go right from there to go fight Kefka if you want from the beginning of it. It's just going to be very, very unlikely you'll win. Said it before, but I think you'd love FF5. The job system is really fun, and it's very funny and goofy. I know a lot about FF5. That's the one with X-Death, right? Yeah, I've considered it before. I just never have found a time or a place to play it. Good night, Dartigan. Hey, have a good night, Zeph. Or Zephikai, I mean. Let's see. Job system is really fun. My favorite in the entire... the only job system in a Final Fantasy game I ever liked was in Tactics. For some reason, I didn't like it in other games. Well, I guess I sort of liked it in Final Fantasy X2 as well, if you can call that a job system. The dress spheres. It felt like a job skill system. Tactics was 6. I actually just got Tactics for my little brother for Christmas. FF12 has bunny girls. It does, but don't get too excited. They're not that impressive. They're basically act like the Chewbacca's of Final Fantasy. I'm not even kidding. But they're essentially the same as Chewbacca. Like a Chewbacca with an ass is what they are. Sure. Name one game with a good magic system where it's better than Melee. Would you consider Bioshock's stuff to be magic? I thought that was pretty fun. I would say Zelda's, the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom magic system is pretty fun with the limited amount of spells you get since they're all based on manipulating the world around you and physics and shit. I've always heard that there's a few RPGs out there like Twin Worlds, I think it's called. There's something else like that that has a really good RPG system because it lets you like play around with it and combine spells. I would say also in like D&D, spells are also really fun. Also, Nasaya with a 1,000 bits. Jesus, get your brother Tactics. It's an excellent gift. I just did. I bought it today for him. So he's getting that for his Switch. It's what he asked for, so that's what I got him. But thank you for the 10, or like the 1,000 bits, man. Noita, yeah, Noita is a good example of like, basically magic systems are really good if the magic really lets you destroy shit all over the place. I'd actually say also that a Dragon Age Origins has a really good magic system. I remember like just like once in the later game and you have your spells built out, you can just be like spending up spell combos that nuke entire rooms full of enemies. Did I play Twilight Princess? Yes. However, I feel like Twilight Princess is my least liked Zelda game compared to others. I just did not get into Twilight Princess. I thought I was going to, but when after playing, I was like, that was forgettable. Like at no point was I really into that game. They come from the ass. Midna is pretty cool as a character and a character design. Rest of the game though, like most of it, I just do not even recall. Like I remember you having like a sister and like I remember the final boss fight with Ganon being pretty good. I remember you like most of the other bosses in the game and dungeons like blanking. Other than like you turning into a wolf, and that was it. It just did not stick in my memory like say Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker did. Midna was a horrible person until the end of the game. She's meant to be a brat, so yeah, of course she is. She's scheming to screw you over and take back her life. Final boss with Ganondorf. I mean, it was pretty cool when he like rides out on a horse and throws like the Midna's crown on the ground. That was pretty dark. Hot goblin character. Ganondorf. Ganon is a pig incarnation. Ganondorf is the Gerudo form. I'm aware, but you know who I'm talking about when, regardless if I say Ganon or Ganondorf. Which Zelda game had the best dungeons, in my opinion? If we're going based solely off of dungeons, Ocarina of Time. It had the most variety, had some of the better puzzles in all of them. There's not really a single bad dungeon. Even the water temple, I would say, is pretty good in Ocarina of Time. And it's also, there's like side dungeons you gotta go through a bunch of those, which are great too. So no, definitely Ocarina of Time has the best dungeons. Funny because people say Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword have the best dungeon. I do not agree. Like I've never even played Skyward Sword, so I can't include that in my estimation. But nothing about Skyward Sword ever looked interesting to me. It's there if you want the Zelda lore, I guess, like the origin story, but I was never that intrigued in the idea. No one says that about Skyward Sword. I've never really heard people talk about any of the dungeons in Skyward Sword, or even really talk much about Skyward Sword. Didn't Lucky finish Ocarina of Time? No, she's actually finishing it tonight. She was about to finish Ocarina of Time in her last stream, but the emulator, I mean the the GameCube she's playing it on, crashed right as she was like after the first fight with Ganon, and she was like running down the tower to escape. Crashed and like for some reason didn't save all of her progress, so she has to redo that dungeon tonight. She'll be beating it tonight though, assuming no more crashes. Crashed? Oof, yeah. Sucked. Still using the Pakistani joke? Joke? What do you mean joke? It's a real thing. However, she plays on a Gaelic GameCube. I play on a Pakistani GameCube. Seems stuttery. I've noticed in my my Pakistani GameCube when I've been playing some older games, it's been stuttering a lot too. I don't know if that's because of a recent update or something with Windows 11 or not, but it seems like it's affecting both of us. No, you don't have a Switch. I have a Switch. We have two Switches in this household, actually. With different colors even. I'm truly surprised you've not sent any Nintendo games. I mean, Zelda is the game series for that. I've thought about sending both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but after playing through them, I realized there's not really enough there to really make much hay with, since all the plot happens in flashbacks that happened during the past. Like all the plot for the actual Link part of the games is non-existent. And those are about the only ones I can send because most of the Nintendo games are not exactly something that takes themselves seriously. They're pretty lighthearted. That being said, there are a few Nintendo games I could send. Depends on if you consider them like the proper. Like I could send Metroid Other M, you know that piece of shit. I can also probably send Eternal Darkness since that is a Nintendo game. There's a few others here and there, but when it comes to stuff like Mario, Zelda, uh, whatever I'll have you, they're in the hard to send categories. Am I playing games tonight? Yes, I'm going to be playing Silent Hill Origins. What is my favorite Castlevania? Symphony of the Night. You do know there's other Zeldas besides the timeline reboot? Yes, I've played many of them. It's just that the only other one I can think of that I could probably make a good video out of would be Skyward Sword, since that's the only one that focuses on plot so much. Why would you play Metroid Other M willingly? To make fun of it. That's why. Playing games gets in the way of just chatting. I mean, true. But I can chat while playing games too. They have enough plot. Some of them do. But Zelda Nintendo hasn't really focused too much on plot over the years. It's only recently they've started adding more in. Other M has good gameplay. That's pretty much it. I always heard the gameplay is even kind of sus in that game. Am I playing today? Yes, I am playing games today, Zaf. I've said this multiple times. I'm going to be playing Silent Hill Origins. Other M suffers from poor localization. I think its problem is that its plot is just terrible. Not so much the localization. I feel like YouTube is fucking around and not showing view counts again. Either that or it just didn't send out notifications. Oh well, it is what it is. Who's the wise guy trying to ruin or just chatting? No one is. No Pepsi tonight. I'm all out. No Pepsi. That's all right. I had some earlier. You think you might give Returnal a try before Sorrows? I don't know. Should I? I've never really paid too much of attention to it. I know it's like a kind of like a roguelike, right? Where you do multiple runs till you can get through it. Furry certainly lapped up Twilight Princess. I honestly feel that's who it was made for. That was made for the furry community. They just didn't realize it. But to be, I don't know. Usually furries want to be anthropomorphic, wolves, not just like an actual wolf, right? Like I want to walk on 2 feet, but be a wolf. Been binging your videos, says normal white guy. I mean, I salute you for binging my videos, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've got another one coming soon for you on Call of Duty. Hopefully you'll get that shit. I'm also doing shorts now, so if you check out my shorts feed, I've got videos there too. I'm going to try to do one of those a week for the next several weeks so I can build up my shorts catalog. Have I played Hades? I've never played Hades. I know I would like Hades, but I also know I would never finish Hades. It just would not. I would not be able to finish it. I'd probably have my fill of it and then I'd be done. Side you, there are 2 wolves. One is gay, the other is into cryptocurrency. And no, one of them. Can there be 3? One that's into podcasts, but then again, that might overlap with both of those other 2 topics. Do gay people watch podcasts, or is that a straight guy thing? Honest question. I feel like the whole podcast genre has been taken over by manosphere types, which is largely what I feel is a bunch of closeted gay men. And possibly cryptocurrency bros. Minda wasn't screwed over by Link. No, she was willing to like throw Link under the bus to get back to her own world though, and because she was worried about it. Nick Fuentes fans. That is a lot of crossover there, actually. Manosphere types, what's that mean? I'm new to your human terms. Manosphere types are types of dudes who are like guys who are taking a lot of testosterone therapy as well as finasteride to keep their hair. And then going on podcasts and telling everyone else how to be a man. Or telling everyone else how they're not being a man. While they're on like raging hormone therapies. The way God intended. I should actually go on some of these podcasts and just ask people, how many hormones you taking, bro? I want to know. What's your stack? All right, let me get the game going. That's right, only 45 minutes of it tonight. I can find it. There it is. Hold on a second. Check a few things here. All right, switching over. All right, chat. We continue. Yeah, something definitely is funny is going on with YouTube tonight. Definitely funny, considering what I was getting last night with this game. Oh well. It's gonna be one of those nights it is. Alright, what was I doing last night? I think I just, like, used the mirror or something. And I was trying to get down to the... What was I trying to do? Yeah, I just used the mirror, actually. And I think I died. It's been a slow all day. I mean, sometimes you get days like that. Alright, so... We begin. It's a strange depression carved into the door. Looking at it makes my head feel numb. Good evening, hey GMC, welcome back to it. How you been?
Ah! I've always hated you! You and your devil son!
Oh God, Helen! My dear Helen! You really are dead! What will I do?
Huh? Yeah, YouTube's being real fucking weird tonight. Unless it's just not sending out announcements whatsoever. There's a door like right here I want to check. Heaven is Travis's mother. I'm sure they'll go into detail about his character right now. Not that long ago, I watched another streamer finish Shattered Memories. That was a strange game that was supposed to be a I know about Shattered Memories. It is like technically a reboot of the first game, but also it tries to make itself more like Silent Hill 2, weirdly enough. It also changes the gameplay completely to be something more like Amnesia based at the time, which was popular. What does this game get wrong the most? Right now, I would say... level design is its weakest thing. Also, camera placement is a little hard to, like, figure out where I'm looking at and going at times. It's a little confusing. The other big problem is weapon degradation. I get melee weapons that are either one use only or, like, limited use, and then they're done, because the gun sucks ass. Also, maybe they've gone a little bit too much on the dark environments. Just a touch. But that glass bottle's a waste of fucking time. There's definitely like some weird freezing going on with the Pakistani GameCube right now. Get off! Shit. I don't like what it's doing to my crotch. Fuck. These things suck, by the way. These things are the worst thing the game does. They're not even good at killing me. They're just good at annoying me. I'm letting... Take me to Jesus already. Thank you. You need an adult. Several adults were there. Oh, well. Dart, you're not going to Jesus after doing that stuff. You know what? You just made a very solid point. I don't think I am. Alright, who's actually watching over on the YouTube chat? I need to make sure everything's working over there, because I feel like YouTube died in the middle of the stream. Like, the numbers went down to like 0 people watching for a second. Alright, let's try that again. Playing, but no chat is showing? So the chat kind of... interesting. Yeah, YouTube has definitely got some issues going on with their live stream. Still here? Well, that reassures me at the very least that it's a technical issue going on over there. Alright, I'm gonna kill these things first before I go inside.
Ah! I've always hated you! You and your devil's son!
Oh God, Helen. My dear Helen. You really are dead. What will I do?
Where'd the enemies go? Check, check, check. Yeah, the people are coming back now. Forces over on YouTube are important. Yeah, all 3 of my like groups are important to me. I want to make sure everything's working properly. Hello, Dartigan. Hey, what's up, Frank? How you doing? I wonder what was going on YouTube. Dartigan's face. What a handsome lad. Is this your first time seeing me, Dan boy? How you doing? Good to have you. I'm glad you like this face. Because at times it's hard for me to believe I am. The barbed wire is stretched across the cubicle. Didn't I get a tool? I feel like I got a tool. Seems to be working on you. Yeah, it seemed like it was like dying recently. Hey, wait a minute. Are the names back on you? No, the names are still broken on YouTube. For a second there, I thought maybe the names were back. Got excited for a second. Alright, nope. Don't have any tools for getting through it. What's that? Looks dark. You innocent soul, YouTube working properly? I mean, it doesn't seem to work at all anymore. Well, it looks blocked. There's a metal ringing in the pipe. Sounds like something is stuck. Could I flush it? Yes. Toilet has been flushed. What does that say? Brug, my son. Brad? Bang, my son? Look, there's a lot of options for this. You returned to Twitch now? Well, regardless of where you're watching it, I appreciate it. Usually avoid chatting on here. I'm just checking shit on here. I'm glad someone who checked in to make sure it's all working, because it's getting weird. It's still not fully back where it should be. Shit, I don't want to do that. Bring me my son? Kind of hard to read, that old pixelation. Alright. Let's see. What does this monster represent? Like fighting your shadow? Shadow boxing? I don't know. It's a neat monster idea. Sometimes that is actually all it is, a neat monster idea, and it's not going for anything deep. Like, I believe almost every monster in Resident Evil, shit, I can't get my names right. Silent Hill 4 is just meant to, like, largely be, like, a cool monster design, and most of the ones in 3. I just killed you! Stay down. I guess I forgot to step on it. Damn. Almost killed me. Rely on those old school horror games right now. Really on the old, true. I like old school horror games though. They're like that's what I played a lot of back in the day. And what I still prefer playing. And I did do a run through all the Resident Evil games, so playing through the Silent Hill games I've never played before seemed logical. Like how your inventory is just pictures of items. That's how it's kind of always been, hasn't it? What is that? Got a baton. Administered medication to the seclusion patients. There were no incidents. Accompanied by Dr. Harris on his morning rounds, no incidents of note. Visit for Mr. Blah, blah, blah from her husband took her into the empty dorm room so she would feel more comfortable. Mrs. has attacked her husband during the visit. He had a violent episode and attempted to throttle Mrs. She was heard screaming by myself and attending orderly, and we managed to restrain her, though it took 3 of us despite her being a female of slight build. After we sedated her and took her back to her room, Dr. Harris examined her and decided to reinstate her dose of epilinium. After the incident with Mrs., the other patients have become agitated and restless. Harris has ordered a lockdown. Yo, how many, like, hospitals and mental hospitals does one town need? Because I feel like Silent Hill, this tiny vacation town, has like 6 of each. As well as a couple prisons, multiple schools. A little overfunded, I gotta say. Lego Batman 2 playthrough win? Never. I don't really plan to play that one. I'm not really into Lego games. Alright, we can now check out the other wing over there. Lots of crazy people. I mean, that would explain it lore-wise, I suppose. Hey, Monty, how you doing, man? Welcome back. Hope you've had a good night. Alright, over this way. But, let's see. Some of the places just happen to be in the surrounding cities. I mean, hold on a second. Maybe they're trying to inject me with the good stuff, you know? Shit. They do get up a little bit too quickly for you to, like, kill them sometimes. This was in Maine at probably a sanatorium for surrounding areas. Has it ever actually been clarified where Silent Hill is located? The game Silent Hill. I know, like, the movies are set in West Virginia. Alright, let's try to go into the female ward. Alright. Actually, I think I need to go back to the Hell World. There was never been an official note on where it is. It's just based on Centralia. The Centralia thing comes from the movies, actually. Like, I think only the movies based it off of Centralia. The games themselves are not based on... The games themselves are based more off Twin Peaks than anything else. Hey, Badass. What's up, dude? Alright, I'm glad YouTube is recovering over there. What? Alright. Fucking these things, man. Thank God they look like punching bags already. Recovering? Yeah, YouTube has been weird for the stream tonight. Like, my viewer count dropped down to, like, single digits for a minute. And then, like, the chat was dead. So, I don't know what happened. It was like YouTube just had a moment. I'm almost dead again, by the way. How you doing so hot tonight? Pistol ammo. This is the room I died in coming out of. Hey, Polly, what's up, dude? What have you been up to? Travis here is a driver that brings Alex Shepard back home to Shepherd's Glen, so we know he canonically survives this. YouTube has a lot of moments. Yeah, YouTube I'm noticing is doing that thing again where if you have an ad blocker going, it gives you like 3 instances to like turn it off before it stops you from watching videos. Silent Hill's canon is Foggy Wuggy. Yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm pretty sure every game is still canon, though. I don't think Konami's ever come out with like a guide for what's been decanonized and not canon. So even the games you hate are still canon. Things you hate are real and you can do nothing about it. Alright, so that's where we need to get female seclusion, but what about down there? This game is giving me eye strain. Alright, Actually, let's go down to the basement. You can get around everything Alphabet YouTube does for now, you can. Because they're in a constant state of warfare with all the ad blockers. Fans will always just say the games they dislike are not canon. Sometimes they try that, but oftentimes you have to begrudgingly, accept that the games you don't like are canon. Until, like, that actually changes with, like, through a remake that redoes it all, or people that own the copyright come out and say something. Your argument isn't what's canon. Alright, let's see. This takes me... That's a lot of ammo, thank you. Hear about Naughty Dog enacting mandatory overtime to reach development goals for that new game. That is what Naughty Dog always does. They're pretty notorious for crunch. Like, they were like... People that were working on The Last of Us 2 were like dropping like flies at times from what I had heard of it. Let's see. I really have this much of the game left to do. This one place. It can't be that big, right? Hello, hey, Cyclic man, how you doing? What you been up to? Doing good. So am I, man. So am I. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what to do next. I got like a ton of freaking keys. Let's take a look at what they actually do. I've only got one key. The key marked patient belongings room. I'm almost positive I picked up more keys than that, but whatever. Random question: have you ever watched any of Rabtoon's videos or some of the games you've played? First time I've heard of this game was Rabtoon's video. I've never watched any of Well, actually, I have, because there's been some Rabtoon videos on on in the background on the living room TV at times. And it's also weird you mentioned that because my fiance actually voiced a character in one of the Rabtoons videos. I think it was for a Silent Hill character. Alright, let's see. This is not... I need to go down further. Actually, no. Go back this way. You mentioned it was one of the... It was a FF14, okay. The MMO. Dr. Har has the key. You stream it on Xmas Day? I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how I feel. What key items do I have? I have a Floros piece and I have a Patience Belonging key. Let's see. Let's go back this way. In here. What's my favorite COD campaign? Call of Duty 2. Easily my favorite. Because of Trump, you might have a 5-day weekend. You might... But what's your job that he's fucking over? I thought you were about to tell me you're getting like $1,700. Because that's what apparently the military is getting. Patient belongings. Okay, I gotta go there. Making the 24th, 26th holidays for federal workers. Alright. Heard he's also, changing up, weed to, like, the 3rd classification. Feel like he's doing some desperation moves right now. Like, ah, shit. Popularity polls are slipping. Schedule 3, yeah, it was Schedule 1. So it's gonna be Schedule 3 now, apparently. No, read that. Dr. Harris notes the condition has degraded dramatically in the last few months. Her fantasies of a mirror world have become more acute. She spends more and more time in an apparent catatonic state. She claims that during this time she is in the other world. She now has full recollection of her attack on her son. She shows no remorse for the incident. Indeed, she seems proud, almost smug of her attempted filicide. I am worried that this behavior could be a side effect of the increased doses of epilenium the patients have been prescribed. I've asked her for her dose to be halved and hope to see positive results shortly. They need to give me this shotgun I'm picking up all the ammo for. Not a typewriter. Funny watching America from Europe right now. Look, Europe's got its own share of problems for what I've seen of them. So don't waste too much time laughing. You got some real shit you gotta deal with too. Schedule 2 is for cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl, and oxycodone. Yeah, Schedule 3 is like the one for like heroin and other shit, which is weird that weed was even in it. Oh, shoddy. They were using that to block the door, were they? Out for the night. Hey, Ridsec, you have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Alright. Now where? Kid I went to school with, I really hated, just got busted with firearms and 3.4 kilograms of cocaine. You know, I feel bad for him. I know he probably was a piece of shit to you, but, you know, it sounds like his life went wrong somewhere. Hope he gets the, you know, gets his life together. You see, I'm gonna be the super positive guy. You know, that annoyingly positive person? They're just like, you know what? Hope they, you know what? Hope they sell all of that cocaine. Good for them. It's a lot of cocaine. I mean, sound like he was doing pretty good business, at the very least. Definitely had some connections. Well, hi. Hey, what's up, Xander? Also, Lily tastes good. How you doing? How are you? I'm pretty good. Solid day all around. I'm here streaming now. Things are looking positive. And we're also talking about people getting caught with cocaine. I think that's a positive. If it was assholes you knew in life. How about you? Saying hi to someone? I know, but then I said hi to them too. You don't have to correct me. I correct myself. Shotgun ammo. I'm getting real generous all the bullets. You got caught with cocaine, so fuck what you're saying. Well, I'm saying ironically. Don't get caught with cocaine, is what I actually mean to say. Because it ain't good for you. You have to be very rich to be caught with cocaine and not have it, like, be a noose around your neck. Please don't weird out the new person by asking what they taste like because their name suggests they taste good. We want people like that to come back, you realize. Where's that damn door? It'd help if I actually was at the right side of the room. What does cocaine taste like? Probably very gritty. That is quite the ass this thing has. You missed, pal. You missed that second one, though. Cocaine doesn't have a taste. Alright, to the East Solarium then. I mean, it has to have a taste. They used to be, yeah, as someone in chat says, it used to be the secret ingredient in Coca-Cola. Hello, hey, Vertex, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Is there me or these monsters look like ball sacks? A lot of Silent Hill enemies do often look like genitalia or other like body parts. That's kind of intentional. It's meant to be like, it's meant to make you go, what the fuck am I even looking at? Because that's where the true horror lies, uncertainty. And also use condom skins, apparently. Not gonna lie, if I saw something that looked like that coming at me, I'd be way more intimidated than something with a lot of like gnashing teeth and claws. Don't judge their fetish porn. I'm not. At least I'm not judging it harshly. Bring back Coke and Coke. You know what? Maybe there was a reason that it was like that was a secret ingredient. Maybe it may taste great. Maybe we're missing out. Why do I... Okay, we actually got in this time. You know what? Let's actually try out the shotgun. Reload it though. I hear footsteps in this room. Oh, it's because of one of these things. Did the cocaine in cola have an adverse effect, or did they just give it to anyone, including, it was really just a soda you could buy. For some reason, they just put cocaine in it. Explains why it was so popular. I don't know if it actually would get you high or whatever. It might have been like, you know, it might have just been for flavor reasons. Who knows? Never did a deep dive in that subject. I don't know, I cannot see where I'm going right now. Gotta be something in this room. It revealed headache start, which it can do. Relieved headaches, you mean? I mean, getting high will sometimes do that, relieve a headache, so I don't doubt it. Don't do drugs, go to school, eat your vegetables. Also take your Flintstones vitamins. Also, what are all the other important life advice? Don't jerk off. Invest early. Come on, I know I'm missing a few. Say your prayers before bed. Alright. Okay, where to next? I have to check the map a lot in this because I cannot see where I'm going. Hmm. Have lots of sex, snort 3 lines, minimum 4 shots, and eat a lot of meat. That's a cop. That's a former cop telling you all that, by the way. Given the proper life advice, I see. Surprised you didn't say drink while mix alcohol and cocaine together. We got another mirror. Hmm. I think that key I flushed down the toilet should be here somewhere. According to the laws of video game laws, anyways. Is this the PS2 or PS? This is the PS2 version. Interview archives, finally. Legalize open carry for swords. Wait, can you not just carry a sword if you want one? PS2 games marathon. I am going to be playing a lot of PS1 and PS2 games over the coming weeks, probably. That's kind of my prerogative right now. Is like older games because there isn't really much. I don't like how you guys just respawn. I don't want to kill you again. Waste of ammo. There was a PS2 version of this game. Yeah, I got re-released on it. That's what I'm playing. PSP version, I wouldn't want to play that version. Anything in here? Alright, where do we go now? Let's see. Oh, that's locked. Need to get to the archives. Archive. There it is. Alright, go back upstairs. The 3rd floor. A lot of Europe has sword knife length restrictions. Well, yes, like Britain kind of famously doesn't let you have like anything more than a butter knife before they'll tackle you to the ground. Understandably, you can do a lot of damage with a tiny butter knife. Or a letter opener. Or maybe a Q-tip, I don't know. Goo or goon? I think someone probably meant goon. Because goo doesn't really mean much by it, except for like, you know, icky shit. Europe ain't what it used to be. Brother, I don't know what country is these days. We all seem to have lost our way. Old-fashioned letter openers were basically daggers, so I mean, yeah, there's a reason they were murder weapons in Clue. Mr. Plum with a letter opener in the library? Obvious. Alright, so we'll go through here, and then we'll reach the archive. Out of my fucking way. Oh shit, I didn't realize he, for his like follow-up, would use a bullet. That was a waste. Okay, I've learned a lesson here. Let's use the pistol for a bit. CinemaSins just did the Clue movie today. I haven't seen that movie since I was a wee little baby. If you had to live anywhere else, you'd pick South Korea. Why South Korea, though? Kind of curious.
I had to do it.
You had to? Please, help me understand.
That's what you do with pests. That's what you do, isn't it? And he was a pest. Oh, he was a bad boy. Always has been. I tried to pretend he wasn't, but they were there to make sure I didn't forget.
They?
The people in the mirrors. They see it all. What's really going on.
And it was their idea?
Yes. They saw the devil inside of him. I had to kill him. My responsibility. My flesh and blood. I brought him into this world, so I had to take him out of it. Good wombs can bear bad sons, they say. I know you think what I did was wrong.
I just want to understand. Helen.
No! You want to keep me locked up, Doctor. But you can't. I can leave whenever I want. I can step through that mirror and into their world. This world is just a daydream.
Helen?
When will they bring
I don't think our mother was a bit abusive. Just a hint. I am like I got like enough stuff to take to the pawn shop to use as weapons. I got TVs, file cabinets, glass bottles, IV drip stations. The weapon system in this game is a little goofy. It's a little poorly thought out. Oh, ammo. Hey, what did getting here do for me though? What's the thing I'm holding? This is one of those things in hospitals that they put IV drip bags on. I got a katana now. Just in a mental hospital. Where's my katana at? Brother, you're not holding that very well. Gotta say. He swings a katana like he's swinging a fly swatter. Girl could dance on that IV pole. I mean, as long as it's mounted to the floor, a girl can dance on anything. All right. Let's see if the library's got anything for us. Stop spitting on me. Fuck. Yeah, combat system is a little janky. This guy's weapons break pretty quick. He's American. Swords as weapons are foreign concept to him. Look, it wasn't part of our history, you know? Alright, what do I gotta go do again? Let's see. I gotta go back up to the archive. Yep, okay, we didn't really lose much. You're American, you prefer swords. Do you just think swords are cool, or do you actually want to take one into battle? Hmm. Tamark's 38 times around the sun. Hey, happy birthday, Ritzik. Congratulations, man.
You had to?
38's a good year.
Please, help me understand.
That's what you do with pests. That's what you do, isn't it? And he was a pest. Oh, he was a bad boy. Always has been. I tried to pretend he wasn't, but they were there to make sure I didn't forget.
They?
The people.
Mazel tov. You have a compound crossbow. I've considered buying one of those at times, just because one, I like very mechanical weapons like revolvers and lever action rifles, and a crossbow kind of fits in with that. Alright, I'm gonna get a shotgun ready for what's out there. And they survived the shotgun. I know there's another one out here. Lever action shotguns in Modern Warfare 2. Don't know if they were real. You can make a lever action out of a shotgun. Yeah, they're real. I usually think of a lever action though for rifles more than a shotgun. Alright, where to? There's a few too many goddamn doors to check in this place. And that now opens up that area. What about over here? To the SD. Why even have this many damn doors if you can't even go in most of them? Alright. Head over here to what? Male acute ward. Rooms. Alright, we'll check that out. He is known to drink milk as well. I'll look over and read. I really need this camera to actually just like get behind my shoulder. There's a safe. Sometimes there's a save point in the hallways. There, at least it lets me go out these areas. All right. This has to, it's weird, this has to be the biggest level I've ever come across in Silent Hill. And it's from a goddamn handheld game. Who is this Guts person they're speaking? They're talking about Guts, they're talking about the main character of Berserk. General, pretty happy guy, lives a good life. Has a big sword. Spreads positive energy. It's what's known as a slice of life manga, where it's all about him going to high school and making friends. Before I use the mirror. Check out the rest of this area. Technically, him making friends has been a big, an important part of the plot for the last several decades. And a good number of his friends are like children. Am I talking about GTO? I was talking about Guts from Berserk. Oh, I can't see shit. You enjoy an anime with friendship, watch gushing over magical girls. That got me. You mentioned that earlier, and I think I know what that is. Alright, this will take me up over here. Come out over there. Hmm. Can I get a save point somewhere? You enjoy an anime with friendship, watch gushing over magical. But so is that the one where about Madokas and magical girls getting their heads bit off? Just wondering. I'm not gonna risk this right now. I'll come back here later. It's the one with S&M. Okay, never mind. I don't know about that one. Chad, why does Japan make such fucked up TV sometimes? In the weirdest way. Very risky. The villain is a pervert who does very bad things to an underage. Yeah, I don't think I want to watch that. That's one of those things you watch it and you get a reputation if you like it. Incident description: a male child entered into the sanitarium unchallenged and got through into female seclusion. Doors were left unlocked. Entered female seclusion room 5, at which point orderly Michaels observed him and alerted me the boy was the child of a visitor, was taken away by his father. Failures: the door of female seclusion were left unlocked by the orderly and then staff. The lobby failed to notice the boy when he arrived in the mezzanine area. Recommendation: all staff be reminded of the importance of locking ward doors. Review of staff to be conducted by duty managers. So where does this put me? over here. You ever watch Death Parade about a purgatory where people play games and are judged? Nope. I think I've heard of it though. Alright, that'll take me up there. So I can unlock this. Now what? God, there's like... I just want to point out there's 3 floors of this place. It's massive, and there's 2 versions of it, a dark world and like a fog world of it. This is like getting like annoyingly large. Like, this better be the entirety of the game it's remaining. They're making a new bully game. I have heard nothing about that other than that they were at one point making a new bully game and it got canceled to make Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright, can't go up any further. I mean, it might be possible they make it after Grand Theft Auto 6, but I wouldn't expect that anytime this decade. But it would be nice if, like, Rockstar would like to make a few smaller games instead of just one gigantic game again. I'd be cool with that. Alright. Just another 4chan room. I mean, sometimes they get it right. Sometimes. So, where am I headed? Back into the mirror. But also, sometimes 4chan just like to spread stuff for chaos. How about this? What if you got a bully game, but it's set in the same time period as Red Dead Redemption? How about that? So I go back up to the 3rd floor. Do they have schools? Yeah, I had schools. They had very strict schools. Private schools and, like, you know, colleges and tutorship, that's been around for a while. You hate the eerie, repetitive BGM. It's meant to get you know, instill that feeling into you, actually. So it's working. But yeah, it's not going to be as good a soundtrack as Silent Hill 2, everybody. That's the nature of a, you know, well, handheld game for you. Alright, so up here. The fact that it even has one eerie track is pretty much all it's going to get. But it's had a few bangers here and there. Oh wait, this is a no-go. Alright, guess I gotta go down to the other floor. In Japanese schools, they make the kids clean the building top to bottom. Yep. See it in anime all the time. And they in anime, they always show them enjoying doing it, usually, but in real life, they kind of hate it. They're like, well, can't we just hire someone to clean this school for us? Hmm. Different cultures, right? Exactly. Alright, so we go over this way. Up there to the elevator. We should be more like Japan, except for work culture. So, what is it like Japan we should be copying then? I mean, if we get like the public transportation of Japan, I'm for that. There's a lot of shitty things about Japan, though. I think people overlook a lot. All right. Get up to the. Has a high suicide rate. Yep. A lot of mental illness in Japan too, because it doesn't get treated. Right. I'm gonna, since I can't save for a while, I'm just gonna like use my Pakistani GameCube save state. Very normal feature. Every place has their ups and downs, even the first one. True. I'm not saying it's not good. Oh, what a door to open and come out of. But a lot of people like to like gloss over some of the worst parts of some countries that they really like. Come on, don't crash on me. I need this. I've done too much. Got a razor. Perfume bottles, the tops are off, so everything inside evaporated a long time ago. Dressmaker's dummy. May you ask what Silent Hill this is? This is Silent Hill Origins. These spaces are many rooms deep and are basically mazes, right? How are other people just here as well, and each person has their own version? The only people that are usually inside the spooky part of Silent Hill are the people who get drawn in because of their trauma. Not your average day regular citizens who live in Silent Hill and live normal lives there. But this guy was a trucker driving through Silent Hill or adjacent to it and got nearly ran over a little girl, who he followed into a burning house and saved what looked like a dying burned corpse. And her mother was there too. And there's a doctor or so, but for the most part, you don't really see too many characters in these games. Also, John Ratcliffe with a $2 super chat. Hey Dart, is Lucky available? Need to thank her. She's gonna be streaming after me on her channel, so that'll be the perfect time for her. I'll be rating her once I'm done. There are piles of uneaten food. Smells awful. Thank you. My pleasure. Right. I thought that was going to be a puzzle room, but it wasn't. However, there's like 3 numbers here I want to remember because it seems weird that they're lit up. So we got 135. I want to remember, write down 135 for me. Imagine Diddy being in Silent Hill. That man would not make it out. Then again, it's only if he actually has trauma. He doesn't seem like he's very traumatized by the things he's done. So he might actually waltz right through Silent Hill and have no problems. Just based on that alone. Alright, okay, we got some stuff we gotta check. Who has an easier time, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? In terms of like, I don't know, how do you answer that question? They're both pretty much the same thing. Like an unkillable like monster that hacks people up. They're also just a poor fit for it. Just junk. Ornate cabinet here with 5 miniature dolls screwed into its top. Take a look. Nom 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 nom. Wait. 135. These are the... This razor blade. That seemed... This one, there's a dress, razor blade, and then what was the other doll? I don't really know what pills I need to get them either. I give them more than 1 pill. I could go back and check. Look, this is like part of med school, man. Giving babies medicine. How do you practice other than that? I'm assuming the number means that, you know, which pill I give them as well. So this is the razor blade. I'm assuming that's the first pills, and you give them one. This is number 3. I think this is the one, the dress. Yeah, the doll in the dress gets the number 3 pill. We return with sweets. Hey, Ryu, welcome back with sweets, man. And number 5 is what? What was in this room? Dirty dishes. So a slob or something. How is this Silent Hill where the anime Fox Girls? Look, the series has evolved a bit. Things change, alright? And you have to accept that. I mean, basically the old Silent Hill's got sexy nurses. Ain't that something? We don't really need Fox Girls over here in America. Alright. So I'm assuming I've only got 4 types of pills. I'm assuming there was one here and it's like missing now. So we're gonna try razor blades and you. Yellow. I really don't know what pills to give them actually. Or if I need to give all of them pills. I need to find a note that tells me which pills do what. Alright, we continue exploring then. Generally they break or go missing. True. That's a pretty smart comment. Things change, they don't always change for the better though. Lock's broken, can't open the door. Right, what else can I go actually explore? Because I might need to solve this puzzle before I can move on. I think I got drugged at all. Like, I got a clue over there in those rooms, but I don't know if I have enough to solve the puzzle though. Would it be as easy as color matching? Like, red for, like, blood? don't know. I guess we'll go. I think there's one more area I can check out, so we'll try that. I just gotta get all the way back to it. It's a pain in the ass. Where was that other section at? It's basically over there in the other wing. Let's go all the way down, all the way back around, up that one, over there. Donut is all about him. Was that a Dorito chip on the loading screen? No, that is the holy fluoros, which can contain evil. It's a powerful, sacred, like sacrilegious artifact. Calling it a Dorito chip is massive disservice. But yeah, it kind of does look like one, doesn't it? The holy Dorito chip. That would have changed the game a lot. Yeah, take this. If Delilah had given, Harry, the bag of chips back in the first game. Dang it. Ships of vigor of the waves are skimming barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon is a new beginning, rise and rain. Are these lyrics, or are you just turning into a poet? Is there a Doritos game? Probably. Is it any good? You know what? It's probably AAA. 10 out of 10 on IGN. Stream that. There's a lot of, like, weird product placement games. The most infamous being the Burger King. I don't plan to play those. A lot of people did like the Burger King game, though. I remember that being a bit of a meme. I think I go... How do I get out of here, actually? It's getting increasingly difficult to remember how to get around in this place right now. This level sucks. I need to go? No. A Doritos obstacle course game back in the 360. Why was it 360 and, they had all the weird... That was like the weird time for product placement games. That needs to be like a segment. Like product placement video games. Alright, how... No, where do I go? Up the floor, then I can go... Actually, no, it doesn't give me where I want to go. What does if I use that? Go this way. You love eating Cheeto dust. You are not long for this world. Like, just tip it into my mouth, funnel it into me. I'm not gonna lie, I used to do that with bags of barbecue chips. Alright, so we can go across here. Go up to doctor's or the patient belongings, switch over. Then go over there and check that area out, I think. Also, am I the only person who hasn't eaten, speaking of chips, am I the only person who hasn't eaten Takis? I always hear people talk about their Takis. I gotta have my Takis, man. Or Takis, however you pronounce it. Am I missing out? What's a Taki? Taki? They're like, just like little swirly chips. Like, I've almost bought some before because I've always heard them mentioned. They're basically like you take a Dorito, you roll it up. Pocky, no, Pocky is like a, like a sweet snack from Japan. Alright. Now we'll see if this was a waste of time coming over here or not. Really good, but don't eat too many because it'll make you sick. What do they have in them that'll make you sick? I can eat a lot of potato chips. Don't doubt me. Alright. Checking doors. Arrived at the house, the ambulance was already at the scene. The neighbor, Mr. Bryant, who first called in the incident, had restrained Mrs., and the paramedics were tending to the child. The husband, Mr., had not yet arrived back from his place of work. Thanks to Bryant's intervention, the gas had been turned off and the house ventilated. However, there was still a strong smell and it deemed it necessary to call the fire department as a precaution. Feared that Mrs. had attempted to gas herself and her child. When I spoke to the suspect, Mrs., she was uncooperative. Seemed enraged. She demanded I release her so she could kill the devil child. She was clearly not in control of her mind. Mr. Bryant commented that several times in the previous weeks he had heard loud arguments and screams in the house. He said Helen has not been well for a while. Alright. Hey, GMC, you have a good night, dude. Thanks for being here. Alright, nothing in there. Alright, question is this door gonna be locked? Yep. Alright, so that was a waste of time. Alright, so I do have to solve this puzzle. I can't move forward until I do it. One area though. Should I look it up? Hold on a second. I might still have one more area I can check out. Nope, that's locked too. Alright, making way back over there. See if we can figure it out. Got nothing left to do. Time to actually think instead of just looking at maps. Bro went to work while his wife was unraveling. I mean, he wouldn't be the first man, that had made that mistake. Men are not always the best at like realizing when their partner, their wife, is deeply troubled. It's one of our great blind spots. Or we think that nothing actual bad will come of it. Because we don't normally think of like women, causing harm. Or physical harm, that is. That's where we need to get. I'm assuming this puzzle will give me the key. Ready to pull what's better, Doritos cheddar cheese or Doritos sweet chili? You forgot to add, Doritos, what is it? Spicy Doritos. Those are clearly the best. I actually had to make myself stop eating those. It's like never again. Spicy Doritos are delicious, but they make me feel sick afterward. That's just a sign that they're very good then. If they're so good, they make you nauseous. That just means you're weak too, because I've made things that, there are certain things that make me feel ill that I used to like scarf down. Like, I don't care if it makes me sick, it's worth it. Sometimes you guys show perseverance, huh? Spicy? Hell no. Okay, just because it says spicy doesn't mean it's like, burning hot. Spicy it's like American spicy. I'm obviously trolling when it comes to like, sometimes, yes. But ironically so, because I have definitely like decided it was worth it to eat some stuff that'd make me sick before, just because it tasted so damn good. Alright, so we go back over this way. I think Travis got home and tossed every mirror in his house in the trash. That's the interesting thing about this series. No one experiences trauma after they're done with Silent Hill. I guess the healing has happened. So the events of these games, if they survive it, never seem to traumatize them. Then again, we never really see a follow-up with them, so maybe it traumatized the hell out of them, and we just don't know about it. Except for Silent Hill 2, where you can't have endings where you kill yourself. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the clue room and see if there's anything in there that gives me a hint. Sometimes the only way out of the darkness is through it. And therein lies the moral of the story. Door won't open, it looks warped by heat, the outside is scorched black. Wait, I missed this last time. Oh, here we go. Medications do not mess up. Room 1 is red. Trizanthium. Let me take a photo of this. There we go. That's all I needed. Heavily barred. Alright. So number 1 was razor blades. Number 2 is the burn doll. Number 3 is the one in the dress. Number 4 is, I guess, one that's tied up. And number 5 had dirty dishes in it. You hear Tyxanthium can give you really bad hard-ons. I'm sorry, I've never heard a hard-on described as a bad hard-on. Explain this to me. I've never heard that. I diagnosed this man with a bad hard-on. I didn't know you could have bad hard-ons. I'm sorry this is very awkward, but I'm now curious. Get it up, but you can't. Well, you can have, you can have like antidepressants that cause like delayed emissions. That's not a hard-on though. That's not the hard-on's problem though. All right, so room number 1 is the razor blades, and they get red. Number 2 was the burnt one, which I'm assuming is this one. They get blue. Number 3 was the one with the dress. That gets yellow. 4 was the one that restrained, which I'm assuming is the one that's crossed arms, and that's a green. And finally, another blue for the one with the knives. And apparently that's screwed up somehow. Hmm. Okay. I know these two are right. Maybe it's this one that's wrong. There we go. MGS3, the fear hits Snake with some kind of Brazilian frog venom that is known to cause painful erections. You'd think you would have chose something a bit more lethal, given the situation. Hey, what's up, Lucky? I would love to see what ending happened to McCready and Childs, seeing as though the game is considered mostly canon. I'd also like to see what happened to Mary Winstead's character in the prequel. Banana spiders, too. Right. Okay, we can now get into that doctor's office. Mazel, I figured it out. I think we might almost be done with this place, too. Finish the first draft of the short story. Hold on a second. Got people trying to puke on me. Alright, go back hallway. I don't want to fight anyone right now. Finish the first draft of the short story I've been working on for a while. Hey, I'll give it a read if you want. Especially if it's short, that makes it easy. I need to try to write a story again myself. I'm definitely a much better writer than I was back in the day. Alright, was it this way? On here. How far is Lucky in Resident Evil 4 remake? She's... I think almost finished with the castle. I think she's got one major section left with the statue, and then she'll be pretty much almost in the boss fight, obviously. And she'll be done with it. Probably do some revisions before I start sharing, so it might be, oh no, take your time. I understand how, like, you don't want to share it before you're ready. Alright, now we go through the mirror. Statue section sucks. It's alright. And I'm... It's not the best part of the castle. Chapter 12, 13. Tonight, though, she's finishing up Legend of Zelda, though. She's almost done with that one. Really at the end of the game. Alright, so now I go... here. Is it down here? Shit. She did have the knife fight with Krauser recently. So she did the mines already. So I'll go through here, straight over, and we're there. Not much plot with this one? Yeah, it's surprisingly like kind of light. You got the Jocasta artifact. New patient Helen Grady arrived today. I was surprised to see how calm and well-behaved she was. Reading her notes, I was worried that she might be something of a handful. The woman is a complete denial and claims no recollection of the incident which saw her committed. Indeed, she has asked repeatedly to be allowed to see her son. I have agreed with her husband that it's best that the boy be kept away from his mother. While there seems little hope for any long-term recovery, I look forward to spending time with Mrs. Grady. Her condition is most fascinating. Cool guitar, man. That's Ayoka for you. That Travis's last name is Grady. I mean, I kind of already figured out a while ago who he is. That this is all about him. Or at least all this stuff that we're hearing about his mother trying to kill him. Alright, we gotta go... Okay, we gotta use the mirror, I think. Most Mario games have a lot of plot. True, very little. Definitely more in recent years. Could I send that new Donkey Kong game? I know that one's got a decent amount of plot. It's kind of hard to send something meant to be goofy, though. But I also don't know how to switch, too. Alright, so... let's see. Okay, we can't go... Okay, I gotta go down to the basement and come up. Also, Mr. Ray, welcome to the membership on YouTube, dude. Almost missed that, thank you. I need to start doing something for the YouTube members, like some kind of special content to make it more viable. Don't know what to do for it, though. Any ideas, Chad? What's something I could do to make it worthwhile to become a YouTube member? Special feet pics, of course, that'd be what you recommend. I mean, sadly, that would probably work for some of it. Give you talkies. I don't know how that's gonna be a lot of shipping and handling costs. And you have to share your address with me. New Donkey Kong game looks fun, but is it worth $70? That's the question. Is any game ever actually worth $70? Shorts of Dart sinning with a very bad British accent. Yo, me sinning games with a bad accent. Not a bad idea. Like, I was thinking just like, yo, sins that got cut out of videos or something. I could put there. So regardless of perks or not, I told you the doc tells us to have things and bring us joy, and your videos are my escape after I see some shit. I saw 3 dead bodies 3 weeks ago. Damn, man. Nope. I'm glad I'm helping you, because that sounds pretty rough. But I like to give people value for the money, too. I don't want to ever feel like I'm ripping people off. For me, it was worth 70 for Donkey Kong, but I'm a long-time Donkey Kong fan. I mean, the game looked like it was pretty good. I've never even played I played, like, I think one of the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong games. I never really got much into it. Lucky's a big Donkey Kong fan. Or she was, for the Super Nintendo games. But we also don't have a Switch, too, so we'd have to get one of those. Alright, so I go up here. Gonna be 65 degrees for Christmas. You know, after the cold spell we just had, I'm fine with that. I don't need a white Christmas. Alright. So, not in there. Go up 1 floor, and then we'll be good. Did never get what I needed in female hydrotherapy, though. Maybe I'll get that. Here. I got a cat in my doorway. Hello, Luna. What you doing, kitty? No, she's walking past me. He was just checking up on me, Chad. That's all she's doing. Making sure you behave it. She's like, what are you doing in here? You're loud things. Pass the cat checkup. It's like an OSHA visit, you know? It's like you gotta make sure you're applying all the standards correctly. Alright, so we go to female seclusion, we get what we need there. Let's save my game first, too. How do your cats react to catnip? Positively. They don't get super strongly affected by it, but they do, exhibit the regular cat, high behaviors of, like, zoomies, lethargy. It's got, like, rolling around a little bit. You warning cones aren't aligned, I must speak to your foreman. Also, your vest hasn't got the proper amount of reflectors on it. Prequel to Silent Hill 1, also this guy's mom went crazy. It's all I got. Someone asking about the game? Yeah, pretty much it. Also, this game is mainly about how Delilah burnt her daughter, and how her daughter got split into a baby that ends up in Harry's hands. is this? Symbol is made of metal and has the word Jocasta etched into its base. Idea, but boss fight time? This dungeon kind of needs it. Oh, it's Lisa again.
Lisa? You're here too? Can you see all this stuff? Is it all dark for you too?
It's so sad. They can't do anything for her. She just sits there. She wants her boy so badly.
Who are you talking about? Is the girl inside? Alessa? Is Alessa in there?
No. No! You know who's in there!
Looks like a house. Why do I feel uneasy when I look at this? Violent, heavy scribbles. Looks strange. What is it, a monster? A child? Something unsettling about this drawing. Drawing looks strange. Crayon drawing, parts of it are scribbled out. A child's drawing. Who drew this? Here we go. Lisa was never very good at, like, giving, you know, clear instructions, was she?
Mama? Daddy said you were dead. Are you dead?
Might as well be.
Locked away. Out of sight, out of mind, not dead. I asked them to bring my boy to me.
Mama.
Come here, boy. Let Mama take a look at you.
Pull you down, Mom. Listen to the music. It's just someone running their finger up the damn, like, xylophone. Or piano, whatever it was. Well, that was easy. Piano with a phaser. You have a gag band around her mouth? I think she had a lot wrong with her. Mom, you weren't very tough for a boss fight. I want you to know that. Got the pass piece.
This is just like before.
You know, this puzzle piece makes me reminds me that next year we're getting a Hellraiser game that looks like it might be really good.
Are you making this happen? Are you doing this?
Maybe.
Wait. No. Don't go. I need to know.
Can you ensure we have a white Christmas here this year? We literally haven't had one. You attribute powers to me I don't have, man. Such as the weather. That monster was mom, yep. That was pretty easy. When he called her mommy is when I figured it out. Oh, we can leave now, huh? I don't know. Well, I got a puzzle piece. That's all I needed, I guess. Jacob B. Latterin. I got a theater ticket. I'm Dartigan, I can do anything. I wish that were the case. Like, I hear there's like a $1.5 billion lottery in the next day or so. Wish I could win that. Ain't gonna happen. Amongst other things that aren't gonna happen. Somebody left the car running. Got the lumberyard key. Can we not drive the car there? Night Chatty Victoria, you have a good night. Thanks for being here. Saw the trailer for that Hellraiser game. I've never seen the movies, but is there a lot of S&M there? Yes, that is what it essentially is. Is a bunch of monsters that are all about, like, causing pain, but pain is pleasure to them. So, like, everything's like a masochistic S&M nightmare. Alright, lumberyard. So we gotta go back over there to reach it. Oh, let's make a save state though. Oh fuck! It's bad timing. Bad timing. What you did to him, my boy. So tired now. Guess Dartigan doesn't want the money. What money am I not wanting? You win that 1.5 billion. Everyone in the chat is getting 1 million, and Dartigan is getting 50 million. Well, I won't stop you. But one of those things that's easy to say before you have the money, I feel. More likely, you disappear and no one ever sees you again because, well, you know, let me not impugn your character, just in case you do win. Always best to leave your options open. Alright. Go this way. Back through the butcher shop. You know, the butcher didn't really do much. I thought he was going to appear again, you know, in that place. It never showed up. Have a weak introduction for him to not do anything with him afterward. Do you not get a radio? You do, but it doesn't really seem to, like, you'll kick in very much. Or wait, I have it on, right? Yeah, I got a radio, but, you know, have you know, I also got a lucky quarter. Had this quarter since I was a kid from when my parents died. It's kind of my lucky charm. Something scratched into it. Looks like a 61. 61. We were so close to the meme. Rain? There's no rain in this game. It's just like, yo, static. The static is from the radio, so it's probably what you're misidentifying as rain. The body got dragged off. Talking about rain outside my window. Well, yeah, that would definitely be louder than an in-game sound effect. Probably get in the next few hours, more than likely. It's supposed to rain tomorrow a lot. He's been gutted and split open. Alright. We go up Borden Street. That is kind of a weird looking enemy. Not sure what it means though. If I won, I would give 40 random homeless people 25,000, see what happens. I'm sure, like, you know, some of them would, you know, and turn their life around. Others would probably blow it. It'd be a mix of the things. Alright, let's see. To the lumberyard it is then. But let's all hope someone wins the lottery and shares it all with us. That's how you prepare for the future. Hammer. Milk. These are clearly objects that are moving. Their color is off. Someone has written on the newspaper, "Why are you helping her, Travis? Did you see that nurse?" I'm definitely seeing if I could build a survival bunker under the house, lol, after sharing, of course. Survival bunker. I mean, that's the easy part if you have that kind of money, I bet. You probably want to start off by buying a new house and or like building a new house, but first building the bunker under the house. Make it a bit easier on yourself. Most difficult part was be getting the, you know, the permits. What silent enemy, mobs, or bosses do you think you'd be able to beat in a fist fight in real life. Spitters, possibly those winged things in the first game, the cockroaches from the first game. Basically, anything but the giant enemies, really. Most of the enemies in Silent Hill are not that, physically destructive. They're mostly just like really broken, jittery things that are like kind of threatening in the same way a raccoon is threatening. You don't want to go near it, but you can probably like kick it away from you or beat its ass with a stick if you need to. That's kind of like how most Silent Hill enemies I've always felt are. Alright, so go over this way and we can reach the theater. First, let's make sure every other way is blocked off first. Use it for a... Yes, definitely treat yourself to a fancy shower. Get yourself one of them rainfall showers, you know? Jet pool bath. Up the energy drink. I desperately need Monster. Alright, so... This game is very generous with items and ammo. Hawks just overcame a 16-point lead in 2 minutes. Hey, good going sports team. May you continue to win. I get shit. Stop. I gotta heal. Alright, I'm assuming we can't go to the interstate, but you know what? I'm gonna try it. Mangy cows is what these enemies are now. Huh? Shit. I hate these things so damn much. We're gonna go... Greenfield Apartments, huh? Stay down. Turn your eyes, Chet. Had to put it down. Off to bed, Darkfire. Have a good one, man. Thanks for being here for so long. For some reason, I was thinking it was later than it actually is. It's only 11 p.m. Now it looked like a real trucker because of shotguns. I didn't know they were so armed. I think the butcher might be a ballsack cows. Both teams are 11-13 and the winner takes over first in the National Football Conference. Biggest game of the year, you say? I'm not really a sports guy fan, so this is my only update I'll get all year on this. Screwdriver. Booster. Someone has written on the napkin, someone made a hole. Go home, Travis. A monster. Someone is mutilated. The blood is all over the room. Thor doesn't know who's gonna win the World Cup. If I did, I'd be betting on it. I'm not even a gambling man, but if I know the winner, the outcome, might as well. Floor is broken up here. Looks like I can drop through to the lower level. Jump down. Mailbox for apartment 213 is overflowing. Looks like the mail hasn't been collected for weeks. 213, huh? Is that a connection to the hole in Silent Hill 2? I doubt it, but who knows? I'm sure you could definitely make the theory that it would connect now, and people would believe it. That's how the nature of Silent Hill works. You can just basically come up with an explanation for everything just by looking at details that the developers threw in there at the last minute, whatever thinking of the like long-term ramifications of what it would mean. They just thought it was like creepy. I didn't really see that I could like do anything with that number 213 in there, so I'm not sure if I missed anything. Dartigan's an American. He probably cares about soccer as much. I don't really. Well, the thing is, I'm kind of equally bored by all sports. Football, soccer, baseball, all of it. Never really got into it myself. It wasn't me, man. I'm sure that was important though for something. There was a reference to Silent Hill 4. I mean, it could be, but then again, some people think the hole that there was a hole here, now it's gone, is a reference to Silent Hill 4 too, and that's in Silent Hill 2. Sometimes they just take details that they like, and maybe sometimes they reuse them later on. But I think this game also came out before Silent Hill 4, so I doubt they were, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this game came out after that. I'm not sure about this game's release date. It could be. Doesn't really matter if it is. It could be. Silent Hill Downpour, yeah. Alright, theater. Where we going there, though? Let's see what's down the road. Go into the public records. Check the theater first. Silent Hill 4 was 2004. This was 2007. Okay, then it probably was a reference. I was thinking this game came out after that. There's no way a theater is going to be nearly as long as a sanatorium, right? It's like putting a ticket in the window and lock the door. I mean, we did the normal thing. We just paid with our ticket. It's Silent Hill. It has its own rules. You're not supposed to question it, you know? The Tempest, no less, huh? Only reason this man came to the theater is because he found a ticket lying on a table. There's no other, like, clue that this was important to him. He's like, you know what? Someone put that there for me. Okay. In Call of Duty Zombies flashback, they got a theater level. Hmm. You know, a theater was a good idea. Theaters are kind of creepy. Especially big ones.
What are you doing in here, Lisa?
Sorry if I scared you. I thought I was the only one in here.
It's dangerous.
Dangerous? You're kidding. The door was open, so I let myself in. I just love the theater, Travis. I want to be an actress. But Mom was a nurse, and her mom was a nurse, so I'm going to be a nurse. I've got what it takes, though. I can't stop thinking about you, Travis. I want you. You're all I think about. Let's get the hell out of this crazy town. Run off. The two of us.
You want to be a trucker girl?
Good together. See? I could be a star.
Yeah.
Well, see you around.
I don't think they're using her character quite... She seems a little off from what she was in the first game. I don't remember having a southern accent or like wanting to be an actress. Alright, storage, curtain control. Being in a creepy town can make any girl horny. Is that how it works? When she was still having fun with the drugs. I guess you could, you know, that could, okay, that could explain it. She's a little high. Papa looks like someone's in the middle of repairing it. Whole typewriter. I've got entire like kitchenware on me. Toasters, TVs, typewriters, filing cabinets, all are weapons for me. I'm not using any of them because most of them suck.
Beseech you, father.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity. I'll be his shorty.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor?
We getting Shakespeare.
Thou thinkest there is no more such?
You okay, Tony?
Yes, yes, fine. Just a headache. A damned nosebleed.
Gonna go watch you violate men, you know, manhunt. You gonna go watch that VOD, are you? You're gonna go watch a VOD over the actual live stream? You know what? I respect. I'm losing to myself in the past. Good luck getting anything to work. This place was wired by idiots. The safety curtain is on the same circuit as the spotlights. If a light blows, the whole thing fuses, and you can't move the safety curtain. Idiot safety inspectors would blow a fuse, literally, if they saw this stuff. Wouldn't happen in the city. See you when I get back. Eric. How short is this game? I don't know. So far, this game has not been short. I've got around 6 hours in it already. And I've probably got at least one more stream. So about, probably around, I'm going to say 9 to 10 hours for my full playthrough. By the time I'm done. I need to get the power on. You sit down, you get a stick shoved right up your ass. That was probably intentional by whoever made that. I told you guys the story about my friend who tried to stab me in the ass with a dagger, right? He came damn near close. Or potentially making me sit down on a knife. By putting it under me as I was sitting down. You didn't hear the story? I mean, there's not really much to it. I had a friend staying over. This guy was a little weird, but he's the only friend I had in the area. He had a dagger with him, and I was sitting on my couch. I got up from my couch to go grab something. When I came back, I started sitting down, and I did notice he had stuck the dagger in between two seat cushions. So I literally, like, sat on it and got one of my cheeks penetrated before I, like, jumped up. Were they a yandere? Well, no, he was just like a dumbass hick. Don't think they have a Japanese name for that. Got my cheek, one cheek, not both my cheeks. It's literally the cheek, too, is a new orifice. We fighting puppets in here. Oh, okay, and they hang from the ceiling. Okay, where are we at? At the backstage and the dressing rooms. Cheeks penetrated. You know, that in my lore, I've had my cheeks penetrated, I guess. You can add it to the Wikipedia page for whichever one of you wants to go write that. Let's see. Jack says the town is located on old spiritual ground. Hopefully we will be blessed. Prospero equals shaman, feathers, smoke, totemic magic. Aerial equals air spirit, flight, projection, puppets. Caliban, buffalo spirit, skins, plus Barkoffian performance on all fours, poor actor. And we can go into the other world here. I do not want to just yet, though. Writer of this game also made a game called Isle, where it's basically one more game with 100 different outcomes. I've never heard of it before. 100 different outcomes. I'm assuming all these outcomes are pretty minimal, though. Like this time, when you beat the game, you have a Coke in your hand. Enemy here somewhere. Came out in 1999, huh? Was it reviewed well? Rector's office. Drink. Service pistol. Monday, rehearsals, fantastic new costumes, fantastic, all in all, fantastic. Tuesday, strange day, girls snuck into theater today, playing hooky no doubt, took pity, let her sit and watch the run-through, very useful feedback, terrified by Caliban, good job costume department, seemed to dislike Prospero intensely, Proceedings brought to a premature end by poor Tony getting a shocking nosebleed. During Act 1, Scene 2 will continue tomorrow. Wait, what was that? What the fuck was that? Painted stone tablet. Your grandma jabbed you with a knife? Did she have good reason for that? Come on, you can't just end the story there. Case of dementia? You still a cookie? What? The dolls are pretty creepy. We'll give the game that. You know what happened to that friend of yours who tried to indirectly stab you? I didn't see him. I haven't seen him in years. So not particularly, no. If I had to guess, probably became another dumb hick. Based on what I knew of him. Or possibly a drug addict, because he was definitely getting into that last time I did see him. Alright, only thing to do now is to go to the mirror world. It sounds like the makings of Sir. He's also the kid that shot himself in the mouth, the back of the mouth with a BB gun. And the BB lodged in the soft palate in the back of his throat. He wasn't the brightest kid. And also the kid that once, claimed, once he got caught smoking weed, lied and told his dad that I was the one that sold it to him, when I wasn't, it was his older brother. And got like, and then his dad called the school, and ended up getting me in trouble. Or at least tried to anyways. I had to do a weird, awkward interview where I was like, yeah, I'll take a drug test. What a piece of shit. Yeah, I stopped being friends with him, after all those events. What's a spooky tune? Drug tests seem kind of pointless if they think you're dead. They never tested me, so I think they just, realized it was bullshit. Fuck. Reload. Accept your death. Jesus. You strike me as someone who has zero empathy for idiots who bring bad things on themselves. I only would have little empathy for someone if they were constantly screwing other people over. I have little empathy for, like, horrible people who harm other people or screw other people over in some way. Because I've been on the receiving end of that. I definitely have empathy for people who just screw up and do something that gets themselves harmed in some way. Because sometimes that can be anyone. Anyone can make a dumb move. I don't want to be like that asshole who, like, one day, like, does something stupid and injures myself in some way and then have people laugh at me. But like, oh, he's a hypocrite. He'd want us to. Alright, this room? Nope. You know, a girl in art class said to be an actual witch. I mean, anyone can be a witch these days. That ain't that impressive anymore. Balcony corridor key. Oh yeah, I did get a different gun, didn't I? I'm engaged to a witch. I mean, technically she's Catholic, but very witchy. What doors have I not tried? Go back this way. And then over here. Girls who are into that stuff tend to be hot. They can be. Ideology doesn't necessarily make a person automatically hot, though. I didn't realize Silent Hill had such a massive theater. Didn't want to do that, but I wanted to use the weaker gun, but okay. Quite a few hot girls I went to school with now have hit their 30s in the wall, and they ran headfirst headfirst into. You know, it's all about taking care of yourself, not so much your age. Take care of yourself, and you'll look pretty good in, you know, a lot of ages, even the advanced ones. Don't want to go upstairs yet. Hey, pretend you have a good night, man. Peace. Can we get there here? Nope. So we're going upstairs. Replayed Tomb Raider 2013 recently. Have played since it came out. Really enjoyed it and started a replay of Rise. Not enjoying that as much. I actually replayed that game not too long ago as well. And yeah, it's still good. And I agree entirely that Rise and Shadows are just like, they don't really hit as well because they had a different team develop them. And they also didn't really do anything new with themselves. They just stagnated. And the plot was less interesting. Alright. Okay. They're fine games, but yeah, they're just not as good. They don't really hit as hard. Fucking Christ. Either side of the door are two deep square holes. Set into the door is a plaque which reads, "I am a child torn by twin desires. I stand before a door. My right hand calls to the light. My left hand ushers in darkness." Alright. All we can do here. I think that goes in the square hole. I mean, they're both square holes. Is your first name Justin? No, my first name is Charles. What made you think that? That I was a Justin? Do I elicit Justin vibes? I always thought my name should have been Corey, if I'm being honest. I think I definitely would have been a Corey. Parent should have asked my opinion before naming me. I'm not a fan of the name Justin. I had a lot of beef with a couple Justins in life. Kind of turned me off to that name. Only ever known you as Charles. Well, namely you know me as Dartigan, but Charles would be my real name. You're watching Family Guy? Still don't have a stage office key. Do I? I got a balcony key. Anyone call you D-Man? If they did, I didn't hear it or respond to it. Oh shit, I think I'm out of bullets. Didn't realize I was burning through my ammo so quickly. Alright, back to whacking shit. Can you call me Chucky? You may not. You may never call me Chucky. Luckily, I've got like a dozen or more melee weapons on me. Don't you dare, don't you start calling me Chucky because I didn't give you permission for it. Hey, how this works. I never liked that name. Doesn't fit me either. Do I look like a Chucky to you? I call you Charlie, Chaz, Chuck. Chaz I've actually gone by before. Chad is not a name for Charles's. But you know, you better to just call me Dartigan, since that's my actual, like, person name on the internet. It honestly feels weird to ever hear someone call me Charles when I'm doing online stuff. They're like pinatas now that I think about them. Step on it, would you? Made that way harder than it needed to be. Weird that Dartigan recognized me first before I even said anything. I've seen your picture before, so I already knew what you looked like. I actually recognized you as soon as you came into the theater, but I wanted to give you, I didn't want to, like, rush up to you. Wanted to give you time to, like, get your bearings. Alright, where am I going? Back out here. The people getting way too familiar. Nah, you're all good. We're just making jokes right now. Can't see me as an atom? I never thought of myself as an atom. I mean, as a joke? Oh no, Frank, you're fine, man. I'm taking all this in good humor. Don't you worry. If I couldn't handle someone calling me Chuck, I would, well, come on. Would I be, if I were that sensitive, I could not even ever make a joke about anything. It just wouldn't work. Being able to make jokes or be entertaining kind of comes with the territory of being able to take jokes about yourself. Is my full name Charles Lee Ray? No, it is not. Is Lee Ray someone I should know? Alright, balcony corridor. Try this over here first. I'm going to assume it's locked. Yep. Who is Rose Doodle? Why do I keep pulling this stupid thing out? The dolls are the worst, chat. The absolute worst. You think you could do stand-up comedy? No, I'm not trained for stand-up comedy. It's a different type of comedy than live streaming. I mean, I could write for some prepared jokes and maybe do it, but it would take time. I would bomb quite often. Stay down long enough for me to step on you. I fucking can't kill you. God. It's like suck. Alright, we can now go in there. Alright, Joe. You're Dartigan, you couldn't do anything. I heard you once filed in for Santa Claus when he was too drunk to go out. I'm more of an Easter Bunny type, actually. That's who I'm, like, signed in to fill in for. Maybe a Tooth Fairy role. I don't mind taking the teeth from children. Good money in that. Dartifer. I feel like half the chat is always waiting for me to like confirm I'm a furry. It's like one of these days he's gonna let it slip. It's expected the spotlights are as screwy as the rest of this place. Finally got them working. My trusty voltmeter saved the day again. Remember, you need all the lights working, otherwise the circuit blows. Throwing the circuit breaker gets old fast. Here are my notes. B has to be half the wattage of D. A plus B must not exceed C. Wattage of D must also exceed A. Break a leg. All right, we're taking a photo of this. Sounds like another one of them fun puzzles. Where do I plug these lights in at, though? Introduced one of my in real life friends to your streams, and for no discernible reason, he's been referring to you as Dartifuhrer ever since. The Dartifuhrer. You know what? There's a nice ring to that. I hate to say it. I broke a glass bottle over your face. These fucking bottles suck. Get out of here. Hate these stupid things. Let's see. Let's go check out the rest of that place first before I go down this way. This just takes me downstairs. Same drip stand you got in yesterday's stream, tonight's stream, actually. Alright, give me my lap dance. That weapon sucked. That was the blue thing I needed. Stomped him right in the penis. Well, it seems like his weakness. A painted stone tablet. That's the moon. Right, I'm gonna go back upstairs. No worries there, he's very Asian looking and our entire friend group is brown folk. Alright, let's do this door. No, can't go that way. Put on a bunny suit is what I just looked over and read. Why? What does that do for anyone? I need a good reason before I go invest in a bunny suit that only gets one use. Alright, this way. It would improve viewership numbers. You got proof of that? That a bunny suit would actually improve viewer numbers? Like, would you stay and watch longer if the only difference in the stream was I was wearing a bunny suit? Like, that's what I was waiting on. And why it took him so long to get to it. The good stuff. That and feet picks. I already know the power of feet picks. And just feet in general. What do you think I'm going to offer that to the new YouTube members? It's the only thing I can think of. Shotgun ammo and... yeah, I don't really have much ammo left. We're going to see if we can... How much of this place is left, actually? Feels like we're almost done with this place. Then again, I got a really stupid puzzle coming up, so... Hello, Dartigan. Hey, Shrey, what's up, man? What are you up to? We're gonna turn this over to just chatting now, actually. I feel like I'm kind of exhausted with the game. Plus, I want to chat with you guys for a bit. How you doing, chat? Feel like I had to focus a lot tonight. Sorry about that. It is what it is. We will be finishing this game tomorrow, I think, though. And that'll be good, because then I move on to another horror game or something. Enjoying it? Yeah, actually. It's definitely got some issues. I can definitely I have a good idea of the problems. The combat is, because of the, the weapons in it, definitely more janky than, say, Silent Hill 2 or 3. The level design is also a bit too big, which is weird since it was a handheld game. The levels seem a little too sprawling, I would say. Take it, Tormented Souls isn't getting finished. I really don't really want to do in the stream. I found out there's like a dozen to like almost around a dozen more puzzles left in that game for like the next area of the game, so I'm not even close to finish. I just don't want to deal with more of it. I kind of got tired of it. I will say the atmosphere of the game does bring me back to Silent Hill 1. This is the closest I felt to a Silent Hill 1 since, like, Silent Hill 2 does not feel like Silent Hill 1 in its atmosphere and how the town feels. As much as it is a sequel to it. This game actually feels much closer to Silent Hill 1's plot. I mean, it is the closest to Silent Hill 1's plot. But in terms of, like, the actual atmosphere and, like, vibe I get from it. Hey, Guy with 3 Eyes, you have a good night. Also, I'm going to be rating Lucky in a minute. He's going to be finishing up Ocarina of Time tonight. Had to go for a bit. What I miss? We finished up the psychiatric hospital, and now we've been working on a theater. We don't really know why we're here or what we're going to learn from it, but we knew we had to come here. So, but that's all we got going. We probably will be finishing this game tomorrow because I think there's only one more area left. Because someone said when I was back in this, the crazy house, there's only 2 other levels. So yeah, I'd see us finishing this tomorrow. Love how they got Origins close to feeling like, so yeah, I think that was the right decision to make it feel more like that one. It's not close enough, but it's close-ish. But, chat, I'm going to send you guys over to Lucky now to cheer her on as she finishes up Zelda. To go spread some love over there. I will see you all tomorrow for the finale of this game. Where did you exercise the bear suit from your AI set? Wait, what? Why did you exercise the bear suit from your AI set? I'm very confused. The bear suit? For my AI set. Can you explain before I in stream? I don't know what you mean. Been fun streaming? Been fun streaming for you. All right, let me set this raid up real quick before everyone leaves. But yeah, you guys go there and like subscribe or follow my fiance Lucky. She needs every one of them. She's a great streamer, even better than me. Think you'll love her. Your bear costume from Halloween. Oh, I did. Okay. AI has threw me off there. It's just in my closet. Because I am using the VR headset now. I used it a few days ago for my friends that came over, so I had to take it off and move it somewhere. So I just like, you know what? It's been there for like all of Halloween, so let me take it away now. Can't leave the costume out forever. All right, I'm going to send you guys over to Lucky now. If you guys have fun over there, I will see you tomorrow, chat. Thank you for any super chats and, gift subs and bits and all that stuff tonight. There's quite a bit thrown around. Memberships too. Thank you very much. Also, thank you to the lovely mod team. You guys are great. See you tomorrow, chat.